I cannot write notes. Like that's not my strength. Not any types of notes. During JE preparation also, for each and every single question I've done from the beginning of my preparation, I've used calculator, that to gate calculator. So my speed in gate calculator is quite high. I've attempted 62 questions, although some of them are wrong and stuff, but the speed which I do calculations are so fast. So
Yes.
sir, but I would really like to thank you for production and everything, because I never used to have a thinking thought process in production or metrology or industrial as for that. And because I think before watching your video lectures, I don't know anything about product. My strategy mostly involved doing subject tests, mostly subject tests.
Oh.
Yeah. Even though I always felt that when I do full length test, if I get some question, if I get it right, that does not reflect the strength of the entire subject.
Yes.
For me, for
Yes,
example,
yes.
if I get the SOM question right, it might give a false impression that I know SOM,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I might not know roads. I might not know SOM.
Makes sense.
Treat it like a game. Like treat that exam like a game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is sort of a game. It is sort of a game where points you have
Points
to
are
earn.
given, yeah.
Points you have to lose less points. Difficulty level may change. Boss level may change. Yeah.
So
first of all, congratulations, Harshvardhan, for such a great rank and marks in GATE 2024.
thank you so much.
Let us start from your background. Where do you belong? From where you did your engineering and all?
So actually, I was from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So I did my engineering from IIT Dhanbad, and in mid third year or something, we as a group of people planned to study for GATE, because on that particular year we the placements are so down. So we thought of studying for GATE, and we studied diligently. Like we all five of us studied diligently. But when the placements came in, we all got very good packages and all. So we did not go through. Like we went to GATE exam, but none of us gave uh, any much more effort into it. Uh, After that, what happened was one of my friend got into IOCL because he put in some more effort, because
Yeah.
he just continued that. But
Yeah.
I did not put in effort at that particular point.
Hmm.
And then after going into the job, it's corporate job.
Yes.
So obviously corporate. I used to work on Sundays also sometimes.
Yeah.
So I felt like this is not something I would like to do for my entire life.
Hmm.
I would like to be in a research institute such as BARC or DRDO.
Hmm.
And I made a decision to quit my job. The thing that happened is, like, before 2 years, I took the video course, and I've done it diligently. I did not write notes and all, but I can remember things.
Yeah.
So the problem with me is, like, I cannot write notes. Like that's not my strength. Not any types of notes. During JE preparation also, I am a guy who thinks about things. Like, for example, if I do any particular question, or if I get it wrong, when I shower or something, when I eat or something, there is a thought that is running at back of my mind, saying that, okay, why did I do it wrong or something like that. So I don't generally need something to revise, but my mind in itself will take care of certain things like that.
Okay.
But I sure do revisit things. So that's why I did not need the video course again, because I already remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I should revise it again. That's
Yes.
mostly it. So I've taken study material course, and while I have taken study material course, I've asked the people specifically that is it really tailor made according to video course and stuff like that, because I would like to revisit again and again and understand the
Yes.
concepts again and again. So I've taken study material because I've already taken the video course before 2 years.
Yeah.
And I went through each and every subject. I've skipped some subjects like IC engine, because obviously the weightage is
Weightage
less.
is very less. Yeah.
And I've done questions from material science, but not theoretical part. So because I relatively has less time, I
Yes.
have to do this. So back 2 years back, I was able to do every theoretical question, but right now I'm not in a position to do theoretical questions, because I did not cover theory as much. My strategy mostly involved doing subject tests, mostly subject tests.
Oh,
Yeah. Even though I always felt that when I do full length test, if I get some question, if I get it right, that does not reflect the strength of the entire subject.
yes,
For me, for
yes,
example, if
yes.
I get the song question right, it might give a false impression that I know song,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
might not know roads. I might not know song.
makes sense.
So I know how, like, I've given full length tests also. I've probably given 25 to full length tests in total. So I know how to write a full length test, like, and I've used for each and every single question I've done from the beginning of my preparation. I've used calculator, that to gate calculator. So my
Oh,
speed in gate calculator is quite high. So
good.
that I think I've attempted 62 questions, although some of them are wrong and stuff, but the speed which I do calculations are so fast, because I each and every time I do some calculation, I did it in gate calculator with the help of mouse. I've played
Hmm.
games of chess in chess also with mouse, so that
Yeah.
to help somehow, like the mouse and all. So the speed, I there is an advantage to speed, because you can do
Yes.
two more questions, two
Yes.
or
Yes.
three more questions at the end of the exam. uh,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I thought to myself, if I do like use the gate calculator, for example, if I use gate calculator somehow, like a pl by a is there, I can take out p outside, or l outside, or e outside,
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that. So there are so many things you realize after using gate calculator that
Hmm.
you might use it in the absolute, like, gate examination or not. That's up to you, but there are most of the things which will be helpful, like the speed will be immense.
Yes.
So if at all when I do full length test series, people take around 2 minutes for a certain question. I used to take, if only 1 hour, 1 minute 45 seconds or something,
Yes.
40
Yes.
few seconds less,
These
but
these all
yeah,
10 seconds add up, and then
add up,
they
and
save 5 7 minutes where you can solve two more
two more
questions and
questions,
get
yeah,
4 5 more marks.
four
So
five more
that
marks, yeah,
absolutely is a difference of hundreds of ranks.
yeah.
If you can add those marks.
So,
Yes.
sir, but I would really like to thank you for production and everything, because I never used to have a thinking thought process in production,
Hmm.
or metrology, uh, or industrial, as for that.
Yeah.
Other subjects, obviously I added on to that, but I used to have a slight idea of how, because I had a great grade in exams as
Yes.
well. But I would like to thank you on production, mainly production, because I think before watching your video lectures, I don't know anything about production. Right now also I don't know anything about production, but I will be able to answer each and every question that can be asked. Like, I know the differences. Okay, I know this question should be answered in this way, or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes. Yes.
So uh, before it, I used to have zero. Probably I'm now at 50 or 60 or something like
No,
that.
no, no. You are absolutely a lot better than what you are saying, and most welcome. Because yes, production as a subject, if you look at it from the outside, it looks like a subject to just mug up the things, but it is not. There are, means I'm telling you, when I was preparing, uh, when I studied production, I am telling you, it's so interesting. There are so many things going on. There's a thought process, logical thought process, industrial thought process behind every decision, everything. It made me you know uh, fall in love with the
Fall in love with
subject.
it.
Yeah, when I was going through any day to day work, I used to keep looking at things and keep thinking how this could have been manufactured, what would be a faster way or better way to manufacture it. I'm just telling you how addictive the
Yeah,
subject
addictive
becomes.
subject can be.
It's a very addictive subject, and it's important to develop a thought process for that subject. It's not just a theoretical
Yeah,
subject. So this entire time, you, as I told you, resigned from your job, right?
yeah.
So how was the pressure and all? Were you feeling any pressure? You might be looking at your friends or colleagues,
Yeah,
maybe joining some other companies doing good in their job. So did it feel bad, or how did you cope up with that pressure?
yeah. Actually, for initial 2 months or so, I used to feel the pressure. Then from an external thing I read or something, I thought to myself that I don't need to, like, I'm giving it an honest try for 6 months or so. I'm giving it an honest try. If it doesn't work out, then there is a backup plan for me in IITs. If you get grade above 8 or something, you can directly take admission into IIT Madras or
For
Mumbai,
higher
Bombay,
studies, yes.
yeah, for higher studies. So I thought, if anything goes wrong, then I'll go there and probably reattempt it again,
Yes.
or do anything. Like I think I'm intelligent enough to do something. So
Good.
I always have things at the back of my mind saying it's okay. Like there
Yes,
is
yes.
nothing wrong with
That
me.
helps actually. Having
Yeah,
confidence reduces the pressure, having belief in your capability reduces the pressure,
yeah.
which increases your accuracy.
In my preparation in second year, we as a group of five people took Exergic, and we used to prepare together. Like we used to say, by production kaha tak hua, SOM kaha tak hua, and stuff like that. So if which is relevant to get and also not relevant to get, but mostly relevant to get. So we as a group prepared. So I did not feel lonely while preparing for gate. Most of the
Hmm.
people while preparing used to leave used to leave the preparation in midway as well, because they feel lonely and they don't feel the competition as such. So
Yes.
if you have friends who are preparing with you, try motivating with them also to prepare, try understanding their perspective, try giving them pointers on how to read a subject, or try taking pointers from them. Because obviously there are different kinds of people that helped me 2 years back, because that on that particular time frame I did that particular discussion and all,
Hmm.
it helped me even
Hmm.
after 2 years, because most of the things which I am reading now are already discussed with my friends long time back. Even
Yes.
though I'm alone right now, I'm with their thoughts, something like that.
Yes.
So
You obviously attempted full length tests also. You made some strategy for your 3 hours also,
yeah,
that
yeah.
how you are going to go about in those 3 hours. So, what was your strategy? How did you plan to attempt question in 3 hours?
So my strategy for 3 hours is like this the standard strategy, because I wrote so many full length tests. It was ingrained in me. Like I don't
Yes.
need to recall it or something. Between 20 to 25 minutes or so,
Hmm.
that is the maximum time I could give. I should do apti, and you should be
Okay.
definitely good in apti, because those are some easy marks. So
First,
apti is some
first 20-25 minutes.
first 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
Even though you skip some question, it's okay,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
have to go through those 10 questions of apti in 20 to 25 minutes.
Yes.
And after that, it's a long game. It's a long game of some 1.5 hour or something. Oh,
Yes.
no, not 1.5 hour, somewhere around 1 hour, 40 minutes or 50 minutes. Yeah, this is the time you should complete your first. You should see the 65th question. At
Yes.
least according to me, I should see the 65th question. It's like I after going through 65th question, you first revision is for not to attempt each and every question which you see.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 mark questions, but not each and every questions. You see the
Hmm.
question. If you're able to do it instantly, if you're able to do it in 2 minutes, go for it.
Hmm.
If you're not even able to read the question, skip it.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Skip it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're like, for example, I think thermodynamics questions this year are so long.
Lengthy with diagrams.
Yeah, with diagrams also, and also with that thing which it's go down or something like that.
You have to
So
scroll up and down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
scroll up and down. So I almost whichever whatever is left for the end are thermodynamic questions only. So uh, you see a question, you understand it, okay, you will be able to you judge it,
Yes.
because you know your strength, you understand it, you according to your strength, okay, will you be able to do it or not. And you have to mark it, like if it's done and if you don't have to see it again, green. If
Hmm.
it's done and if you want to recheck the calculation, if obviously review,
Mark for
like save
review.
and next and remark for review. And if it's doable, mark for review and skip.
Yeah.
If it's not even in your zone, and
Just skip
red,
it.
skip it,
Red.
just skip it,
It
red,
will be red.
red,
Yes.
skip it. So after 65, after 2 hours or something, you understood the whole paper, and you
Hmm.
marked your whole paper saying that, okay, bhai, like
Hmm.
you have to see those mark for review and
Mark for
all.
review questions. Yes. Yes.
So after understanding this mark for review and everything, you go through questions which you mark for review, and after that you go through red. And
Hmm.
even if questions are left, then try them again. Like obviously you'll have half an hour or so to try the lengthy questions and all. Because I think most of my marks which I got are in
Hmm.
last half an hour, because I was peaceful. I was
Yeah.
peaceful. That okay, bhai, बहुत सारा questions कर लिया हम, and I
Ah.
was peaceful, and I was doing questions. Because
Yes.
if you
Yes.
if you see my paper and all, the theory questions are mostly gone other way or this way or something like that. But NATs I got 80% or 75% or right or something. NATs
That's
particularly,
important. Yes,
yeah, that's
because NETs this year were also 2 mark
two
questions,
marks
were
question, 2 marks
mostly
question.
NETs.
Mostly
So
NATs and
yeah,
almost 60, like 50 to 60 marks or something like that.
correct, correct. If you
So
are not good or confident with NETs,
NATs,
this year would have been a nightmare for you
nightmare.
because
Yeah,
there was no single mark NET at
yeah.
all. So in this entire preparation of yours, was there any such phase which you felt was very difficult or tricky, or how did you handle that situation? There are phases in a preparation, good and bad. So how did you tackle those
So
bad phases?
in the initial, like the main problem is like the digital thing, like digital distractions and all.
Yes.
If I used to have a Zen app or something, so I
Ah.
used to log the phone and all. That's the main distraction which avoids,
Hmm.
which takes you from away from your goal. But apart from that, I think I I I gave it full time. So I need to call my friends, and
Yeah.
I used to take help from them, emotional help, not
Emotional
some,
help. Yes. Yes.
yeah. So I used to take some emotional help and all, and go through phase. Like I did not feel like I'm alone or stuff. I used to have a
Yes.
partner also,
Yes.
so I used to call friends and all. Like whenever I
It's
had
important.
time, I used
Hmm.
to play chess, call friends, and probably attempt some tests.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it
That's
treat it like a game. Like treat that exam like a game.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It is sort of a game. It
it's
is
sort
sort
of
of
a
a
game.
game where points you have to
Points are
earn,
given. Yeah,
points you have to lose less points. Difficulty level may change, boss level
change,
may change. Yeah.
boss will have. So
So
I think treating it like a game, it slightly reduces pressure and stuff. Because definitely sure who if theory, like probably before 2 years I'm strong in theory and all, but right now I'm not. If a particular 500 rank or like or something like that comes to me and asks me certain questions, I'm definitely not be able to answer, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to calculate things. That's
hmm.
that's the thing that is required
That's
in gate, and
and
uh,
that's your strength. So
that's my strength.
you should be, everyone should be knowing what's his or her strength and how to build on that. So keeping this conversation ahead, towards the end of this conversation, what would be such final tips that you would like to give to students, or any such quality or feature that you think must be there to get a top rank in gate?
uh, First thing, test series marks obviously doesn't reflect on the original mark sheet, uh, but mine reflected. I don't know why, but but it reflected. uh, but test series marks generally genuinely doesn't reflect what you are. So take it like a game and understand the
Hmm.
questions in itself rather than the overall aspect of it. And second thing is, write tests, as many tests as possible. Like I'm really giving like the essence of the gate exam. Like obviously the questions will repeat and all, and it will revise for you, like it will be a
Yes.
revision for you. But attempt as many tests as possible, that to subject tests mostly.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and and the final tip is like at least read for 3 to 4 hours daily. Not don't skip as 7
Hmm.
to 8 hours. Even though I
Hmm.
had bad days of not reading and all, I used to read at around 3 4 hours or write some random tests or something like that. I used to have a book which used to have some random questions. I used to take that and I do used to do questions which used to come at random. So build that randomness in you, because you have to juggle between questions. You have to juggle
Yes.
between a fluid question and a song question and song question to some other question. So you have
Yes.
to juggle between those questions as well. So it's the overall subject that is important rather than bhai mein, like thermodynamics is stronger for me or something like
Correct.
that. So you have to be able to juggle between the questions. So I think should be a slight randomness, but
Yes.
not too much
Not
randomness.
too much randomness.
Not too much
Absolutely.
randomness.
It's very perfectly explained by you that it should not be too chaotic, but it should not be too ordered as well. There should be, you get some time where you are not feeling like following your timetable.
Hmm.
It's okay. Just go ahead, solve a bunch of questions, whatever you feel like. You want to revise maybe something, do it. Yeah, it's all okay as long as you are keeping it consistent, you are not
Uh,
losing touch, right? To take a break, if you are just closing all the books, keeping aside notebook and pen, and just not studying or revising or solving anything for a week, that's not good. That will take you down from where you are. When you don't do anything, your level don't stay there, it keeps going down and down and down. So that's why continue the momentum, be consistent, and as Harshvardhan said, keep solving questions as well.
So there is something I would like to add.
Yeah,
There is
sure.
a community page in Exergic. There is a
Yes.
community space in Exergic. So I think I used to try to answer some questions there also. Like even though I'm not an expert, but I used to put in some comments saying ki bhai use formula or something like that.
Yes.
So if you go through some questions of communities and also it will slightly revise your things. Saying not go through every question that is there, but I used to check like
What others are
what
asking,
others are
where
asking and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So that used to give me the perspective of some other people.
Yes, yes.
You are alone in this preparation, try to
Yes.
socialize it as much as possible. So I used to do go to communities and all, and I used to see, okay, there is a question in fluid mechanics, probably
Right.
I'll not be able to answer it. uh, there is a question, this will not come in gate exam or something like that.
Yes.
So the community space also helped me in slight revision, like because I don't have the dedicated revision and all. And also communities मेरे को इसीलिए help किया because your doubts get answered, your voices get
Yes.
मतलब तुमको मिलेगा वहाँ पे आंसर तो मिलेगा कुछ तो. इफ यू पोस्ट इन सम रैंडम ग्रुप, वहाँ पे कोई भी नहीं कर रहा, कोई भी कोई भी नहीं कर रहा, कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा. आई आई डोंट नो कि भाई स्टडी मटेरियल लेने पे मेरे को कम्युनिटीज मिलता है, बट कम्युनिटीज मेरे को सच में हेल्प किया था. और मेरे को पता ही नहीं था मेरे को कम्युनिटीज चाहिए था.
Yes.
एंड आई
Yes.
डोंट नो,
It helps.
people take it for granted of having some faculty attempting your doubt, but वो है, मतलब वो है, it has
Correct.
really helped.
Correct. It helps. Yes. It was good talking to you, Harshvardhan, and congratulations for your success and best wishes for your future path, future career ahead.